So when I was in the army, I had this sergeant named Sergeant Dumas, L. Ray Dumas, this black guy from Detroit, who was one of my platoon sergeants. And we had, I guess you can call it a love-hate relationship. It's probably mostly him hating me, but whatever. So his nickname for me was lebrow, because my last name was Levy and I had these big eyebrows. And once he started calling me that shit, of course, so did everybody else in the battery. And I'd be like, "Hi, Sergeant Dumas." He'd go, "Hello, Lebrow." Or other times he'd be like, "Motherfucking Lebrow." And his other nickname for me was motherfucking terminal, as in I'm terminally stupid or hopeless. Every time I'd fuck up and do something stupid, he'd go, "Lebrow, your shit is terminal, Lebrow. Motherfucking terminal." Like this one time I missed a formation. The only one I missed in 4 years. I missed an entire formation and was almost late to the next one. And afterwards, I'm standing around um, waiting to hear my fate for this particular incident. So I'm standing with him and my chief, Sergeant Choate, and he looks at me, then he looks at Sergeant Choate and goes, "Yeah, Sergeant Choate, his shit is terminal. Don't even write his ass up. It's not even worth it. Motherfucking terminal." Now, the average army formation is between 5 and 10 minutes. And, that's because NCOs have a life too. And they want to go home just like you, not stand there all day. But when Dumas did formations, he talked fucking forever. Like sometimes as long as 45 minutes about nothing. And we're all standing there falling asleep thinking, "Shut the fuck up already so I can go home. God." And I actually fell asleep in one of them. Like literally standing on my feet. Like he's talking and talking and I just feel myself drifting off. And all of a sudden I hear, "Lee Brown! Wake the fuck up, Lee Brown! Why you falling asleep in my formation? What are you visiting your fucking planet or something?" And normally, NCOs and officers never call each other out in public. Um, they handle their issues behind closed doors, never in front of soldiers. But this got to the point where even other NCOs were basically telling him to shut the fuck up. Like this Korean sergeant we had, his name was Sergeant Kim, right? And Sergeant Kim goes, "Hey, Sergeant Dumas, hurry the fuck up so I can go home before I die." And it got so bad that NCOs started complaining to our first sergeant. And first sergeant finally made him stop. And he's so depressed over it. He comes out to formation the next day like he's about to cry or some shit. Like, "Yeah, First Sergeant told me I can't talk to you guys anymore. That I gotta keep it to 10 minutes or less." And we're all thinking, thank fucking God. Trust me, none of us were sad about it. And as smart as this guy was, and he was one of the smartest guys I ever met in the army, if not the smartest, he could be a little irrational sometimes and not really think. Like the time I got into it with this kid in our battery named Needham. Like this guy was about the worst wigger I ever met. Wore pants 8 sizes too big, talk with a black accent, and really honestly thought he was a black guy from the hood, even though he wasn't black or from the hood. And of course, we all loved to make fun of him, which would make him flip out, because he had no sense of humor and he couldn't laugh at himself at all. So this one morning, we're out running in formation for PT, and we get into it over something, whatever it was, which made him really pissed. And suddenly I yell out, "Uh-oh, angry black man on the loose!" Which of course made him twice as mad as he already was. And after we got back, this gets back to Dumas, and he comes up to me and goes, "Lee Brown, I will not tolerate racism in my platoon." And I respond, "Sergeant Dumas, Needham's white. What racism?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, right." And then he just walks away without another word. And finally, He also happened to be one of the best chess players I ever met. And in the beginning, he would beat me over and over and over, including the time he beat me with a blindfold on. I swear to God. Beat me with a blindfold in 25 moves, then proceeded to take off the blindfold and replay the entire game from memory. My moves and his, 50 chess moves from memory, he didn't even see. And I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck do you do that? God damn, talk about a photographic memory. Like, that was insane. And not only did he beat me repeatedly, but he swore I would never win and took the mere suggestion that I could beat him as an insult. Like the time in Iraq where I said, Sergeant Dumas, I'm gonna beat you. He glares at me and goes, lebrow, you will never fucking beat me in chess. You hear me? Never. Until the day I finally did. And this particular game got to the point where it was a made in one or two moves, and it was impossible for him to win. He could not get out of it. But he was in so much denial that he sat there for literally 20 or 30 minutes staring at the board like he was thinking of a move before finally telling me, with his head hung, yeah, okay, lebrow. Looks like you got me. To this day, this is still the most satisfying chess win I ever had. But unfortunately, we were alone with no witnesses when it happened, and he denied it to everyone. Like, yeah, he never beat me. Lebrow never beat me at chess. That shit's a lie. But of course, I know I did, and nobody could ever take it away from me. But, yeah, that is the story of the great Sergeant Dumas, Elray Dumas. Yeah.